Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be demoing and giving you my first impression thoughts on two new to me products from Laura Mercier, and that is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer and the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. So if you want to see the application and hear my thoughts, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to be testing a couple new products today. I'm going to be testing out the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer and also the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. I'm pretty much scraping the last bits of my Jeffree Star concealer out, so I wanted to pick up something different to try. I do have my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind that I am using as well now, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of try out two Laura Mercier products. I have never actually tried anything from Laura Mercier, so I'm really excited. And the reason I wanted to pick this up because if you've seen my last video, or I'm not sure the order of when these are going up, but I recently just did a video showing my go-to everyday makeup, and if you watch that you see that I really only use concealer and powder. I don't really use anything else. So I thought this would be good because I am going to be traveling to Europe. So I wanted to get this to see if this would be good for the trip to just do quick makeup. And it's a tinted moisturizer, which is something I really wanted to try out. So we're gonna jump right on into it. I did also pick up a Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which I have used before. I had a deluxe sample that I used for a while. It actually lasted quite a bit of time. So I just picked up one of these because I have been dying to get my hands back on this product. So I am going to just prime my skin with this, and also I think I will go in with the Fenty Pro Filter just in the T-zone area. This does have a slight fragrance to it, but I don't know if it actually has an added fragrance or what. I don't know, but I like it and I don't have any issues using it. I find that even though I do have oily skin, adding hydration to the skin is so important. I feel like it helps keep my makeup from looking cakey. And I just love this stuff so much. It is so good. I'll definitely be bringing it with me. I am going to be filming what makeup I'm bringing with me on my trip, so you will be seeing that as well at some point. Okay. And now I'll just put a tiny bit of the Fenty one right in the T-zone. Okay, so we are primed and ready to go. So as you guys can see, I do have a few spots. And since this is, I am not expecting this to have very much coverage at all. It is a tinted moisturizer. That is what you have to keep in mind with products like this. It's a tinted moisturizer. You're not getting a ton of coverage out of it. So I do want to go in first with the concealer, and I want to see how I like that. Cover up any of my major problem areas, and then we will go in with this. So I did pick this up in the shade 1N. So I tried to get as close to my skin tone as possible. I think this one will be perfect because I am not doing any brightening. I am simply concealing. I don't really do the whole brightening thing. So let's give this a whirl. Alright, so I'm gonna start light because I don't know the intensity of this. So I'm just going to do a couple dots. The key thing is I want to make sure that I'm covering anything that kind of has redness to it, just because like I said, this is probably not going to cover much. So I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and we're going to blend this out. It looks like it's blending out okay. The coverage is not bad. I don't like a super full coverage concealer anyway. Just because I've tried the Tarte Shape Tape and that is just too much for me personally. So far this is blending out super easily. So, just to kind of give you guys an up-close look, as you can see, it did cover pretty well. I mean, I didn't really cake it on. I imagine I could build this more and probably get those to be concealed even more. But as I mentioned in other videos, I don't like to load on the product on my skin, especially if I'm going to be going in with a tinted moisturizer. It's like I am expecting that you'll see some of my imperfections, but I'm going to look up close so I can see what it's looking like. So under the eyes, it looks really nice. I mean, I do have some fine lines under my eye, so it's like, of course, you're gonna see that a little bit, but between the brows, it doesn't look bad at all. Like, it almost doesn't even look like I put anything there. Over blemishes, around my nose, which I have a ton of dryness around my nose, and it does not look dry at all. So, I feel like you can't even really tell I have this concealer on, actually. Which, you know, with my Jeffree Star one, sometimes I do feel like you can kind of tell. Like, it just depends on, it just depends. Like, sometimes I feel like if I put too much, you can definitely tell that I am wearing it, you know? So, I think that looks really good. I don't know if you guys, I mean, look at my under eye. You can see it's not bad. First impression? Not bad, honestly. And I am kind of curious to leave a little, like you can see a little bit of the redness that I have from these blemishes. I'm curious to see like how well this is going to take care of that. So let's go ahead and give this a try. So when I was in Sephora picking this up, I had thought I was going to be like 1N something, Vanille I think is what the name is. But then that one almost seemed a little bit too dark for my skin tone, so I ended up swatching Cameo, which is 1C0. So the undertone in this is cool, whereas I'm pretty sure I'm more of a neutral undertone. That's what I always go for. But this one just seemed like it would be a better match. And since it is a tinted moisturizer, it's not like it's a foundation, so I feel like you can make the color work if you have to. So this is what the tube looks like. This is not a new product. This is what it looks like. I think the packaging is really nice. It is just a squeezy tube. There's no pump. I kind of wish there was a pump. That would be kind of nice, but I'm not mad at this, you know? So I'm just going to put a little bit, I think, on the back of my hand. I don't really know how much I'm going to need, so I just put that much. It's not a ton, and we can always add more. This is, again, it's supposed to be light makeup. I'm not expecting it to be a ton of coverage. And I know some people blend this in with their fingers, but honestly, there's something about blending in foundation with my fingers that I just can't get behind. Okay, so I'm gonna take my sponge and see how that goes. Okay, so as you can see, there's definitely like a little bit of a glow. Like it's definitely not matte. It claims it's a natural finish. And this also has SPF in it. I wanted to throw that out there, SPF 30, which is another reason that I thought it would be perfect for travel because I will be outside. So on top of my sunscreen that I put on, I will also have SPF from this. So I figured, you know, if it works out, I'll be really happy. So I'm gonna take an up close look. Honestly, it doesn't even really seem like I have makeup on, to be honest with you. Like, there definitely is a glow, like you can see in this area, but I'm also wearing this underneath. So it's a hydrating primer, which this is what I would do no matter what. Even though this is a tinted moisturizer, I would definitely put a hydrating primer. No matter what I'm putting on my face, I always do a hydrating primer. That's just what I do. So, overall, I think the skin does have like that, like if you just put moisturizer feeling on, you know, but I think around my nose doesn't look dry at all, which sometimes with my Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done, it can sometimes look a little dry around this area, but I am so far, I feel like I am super impressed with both of these products. I actually do want to go ahead and prime my lids with the concealer because I am actually going to jump off and go film another video with a new palette I got, it's one I've been super excited about. So I want to test the concealer as a primer, which this is something I would do. And for travel especially, I'm not bringing an eye primer. Like I only bring a carry-on, so it's like I want to maximize the space I have, and if I can just use my concealer as my eyelid base, or my eyeshadow base, why wouldn't I, you know? So I'm just going to prime the lids. That is blending out so easy. Like, that concealer is blending effortlessly. Like, I don't even have to really try. And it does not look bad on the lids at all. Let me try to, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but it looks really good. And honestly, the skin, I'll show you up close, doesn't look bad. Like, I feel like you can't even really tell that I have makeup, but my skin does look more evened out overall. And I am actually going to set this because I just feel like because I do have oily skin, I do need to lock things in. But first impressions of these two products, I am super impressed. And especially because I've never tried Laura Mercier, so I'm really impressed. And I think the other thing you have to remember is, like, when you put a concealer under your eye where you do have fine lines, you're gonna see those lines a little bit. Every concealer I've ever tried, you can still see my fine lines just a little bit, but I don't feel like it's like sinking in too bad. Like, my under eye really doesn't look dry or anything. And I probably could build up this tinted moisturizer a little bit more, but I don't really want to do that. I want to just keep it simple, you know, and I'm not looking for a ton of coverage. That's the thing. I am looking for just a nice everyday makeup. So I am going to go in with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder Foundation. You could also just use like a regular setting powder, but this is probably what I'm going to bring with me. So that's why I want to test all these things together. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do for setting. It really doesn't need a ton of setting, honestly. So, still looks good even after I set it. So far, I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be great for travel. So I do want to go ahead and just add a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in Tantastic. I have been using this one a ton because I hadn't used it in a long time, and I just picked it up one day, like from my collection, and I've been loving it. I'm just gonna do like a light bronzing. For some reason, this bronzer does kind of show up like a little bit dark on camera, but in person I think it looks fine. So there is bronzer. Then I will go ahead and just take a dapple of highlight just to add some glow. I'm going to take my Jaclyn Cosmetics Flash Palette, Accent Light Highlighter Palette, whatever it's called. I do have a video all about these. I will throw it up in the cards probably, so you can go check that out. I'm just going to dip into these two shades just a little bit. This is a very it's a very good highlighter, so you don't need a lot. And this is again like an everyday look. I don't want it to be too highlighty. The glow on this highlighter is so pretty. So that is it. That's all I'm going to do for my face makeup. I know the bronzer does look a little bit crazy on camera, but in person it doesn't. The skin, I feel like just looks so good. I feel like I look more evened out, like more just, you know, you can still see a little bit of the redness. It's not that big of a deal. You know, I'm human. I have skin flaws. You know, I'm not expecting to have perfect skin. So overall, I think this is really, really pretty. I'm also going to just lightly add some brow pencil here. I don't really have to do a lot to my brows because I'm fortunate and have dark brows that are thicker, so that's it. Then let's go ahead and just set the face. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter. Okay, so with setting spray, this is what we are looking like. I think, honestly, in person, you know, because sometimes camera can be deceiving, I think it looks great. Doesn't look dry around my nose, nothing, you know. I think I am pretty happy with this so far. So I am going to jump off camera. I'm going to go film my first impressions on the palette that I got, and I will come back so we can wrap up my thoughts on this, and I'll let it sit for a little bit and see how I feel. So I will see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so I am back. I did my eye makeup using a new palette, so I'm not sure which order these videos are going to go up, but you will definitely be seeing how I got this eye look. And now that I've had the tinted moisturizer and the concealer sitting on my skin for a little bit, I kind of want to go ahead and look. It took me about like 20 or 30 minutes to do the eyes, so I'm going to take a close look at my skin again. Honestly, it still looks amazing. I know 30 minutes is not a lot of time, but I did kind of want to see how it would set into the skin, and I think it looks amazing. I am so impressed by these two products. I think I will definitely be bringing these on my trip and be using them. I think they are amazing. This is probably going to be my new go-to like every day. I just feel like it looks so good. I am so highly impressed. You know, it's funny because when I swatched both of these things in the store, I feel like when you swatch things in the store, it's like on your hand, it's kind of hard to know. But when I put this on my hand, I was like, oh, is this going to be too heavy? Like, I really wasn't sure. And then this, I mean, it's just a tinted moisturizer, so it was kind of hard to tell just on my hand. But I am so highly impressed with these for my first impression. My skin, I almost don't even feel like I'm really even wearing makeup. Like, it just feels like my skin is hydrated. So I am so excited about these products. I love when products work out. It makes me so sad when I don't get a good product, you know, and I am so picky with my face makeup that, you know, I have tried many foundations, many concealers, and just none of them ever really win me over, but these are good. And honestly, I can tell you, like, I usually know right away, like on first application, if I'm gonna like a product. Like, I can't remember. I had tried out this NYX foundation one time. As soon as I put it on my skin, I was like, nope, this is a no, you know? So I can confidently say that I am going to continue liking these. You know, I am going to do like maybe a follow-up to this and let you know like if my thoughts have changed or anything like that, but looking at my skin, I feel like it just looks so good. I feel like, you know, I have a little bit of eyeshadow. I just feel like it looks so nice and like so fresh, and you know, it's not settling into any of my dryness in here. Like, I don't know. I think it looks good. That's all I can say. I know I sound like a broken record, but so far, first impressions, these are a win. So I'm very excited. Have you guys tried either of these products out? They have been around for a long time. So, or not a long time, but I think this came out last year, and I'm not sure when this came out. They're not brand new to the market, so if you guys have tried them, let me know what you think. I would love to know. So far, I'm really impressed. I'm actually like obsessed with my makeup right now. The new palette, the new skin products, I feel like I just look so refreshed, and I don't know, I just really love it. So you guys will have to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And honestly, I think that is really it for this video. I don't have a lot more to say. I think they worked nicely, and I don't feel like my skin is heavy or cakey, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this first impressions on these two Laura Mercier products. This honestly makes me want to try some of her other products, like maybe the translucent powder, because I know everyone raves about that. So far, 2 thumbs up for Laura Mercier. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you go so you don't miss any future videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!